In this video, we're going to be taking a very close look at the 5U model KO Bumblebee, a direct replica of the Transformers World of 3A Bumblebee previously released. This is a cute, precious little thing and a really good money saver, so by all means, let's just get into the review. What's up, Alfonso Nation? It's your boy Alfonso Peterman. Welcome back to another episode of my Teletraan review series. Before I begin, I would like to give a big shout out and a thank you to Shozy Store for sending over this product and making this video possible. If you're unaware about Shozy Store, I know I talk a lot about it on my channel and other YouTube reviewers talk about it as well. It is a wonderful site where you can get third-party figures, KO figures, from various franchises and of course mainly Transformers. That's where I found this figure here and where you can also find it as well. Today we are going to be taking a look at my first kind of like play on a Bumblebee 3A. This is a KO version of the 3A Bumblebee. A lot of people didn't think this was going to be made, but they did create it, and I absolutely I love it. It literally looks the exact same as the 3A Bumblebee, and you are saving some money if you decide to go this route. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the packaging real quick. The packaging is just a brown box. We don't really have anything on here, just a brown box with some writing on it. Looks like it's the dimensions. Open the box, and this is literally how it came. I'm not even kidding. There's the plastic where you have all of the different things that he's featured in. Some of it is wrapped in some type of plastic material, which is what the main figure was wrapped in. So the packaging doesn't really have nothing much to show but that. But I will say the thickness of the plastic is strong enough to protect the figure, and it actually delivered here from across the seas with no problem. So it's not pretty, but it served its purpose. This is the KO 3A replica for Bumblebee, the Bumblebee movie. This is just so great. He looks awesome. He has some really awesome accessories as well that we're going to get into that you can use for positioning him and display purposes. But in taking a close look, I mean, he has absolute detail just from beginning to end. He's got some nice paint applications, yellow. I mean, it's literally a direct replica of the 3A Bumblebee. I did see some other reviews of the 3A Bumblebee, and I will say this has a more shiny, pristine look, whereas the 3A Bumblebee has some battle damage. Not really battle damage, but more weathering and more wear and tear on the paint to kind of give it a more roughed look and not really as polished. This has a more polished appearance. In my opinion, it doesn't matter. I think the polished look is pretty nice, but I do see where, the weathered look has more of a realistic element. But what I have noticed on this figure that is also pretty cool, that there's some spots where you can see weathering in the paint as well. So this is not completely polished. This is not completely done perfectly. This is all there is some weathering involved in the paint applications that you see, but I will say the detail and the articulation, of course we're going to get into that. All of those things are pretty much a direct replica, a direct copy of the 3A Bumblebee, which I really like. He does come with a handful, no pun intended, you know what, fine, pun intended, of hands with different positions. So he comes with hands that looks like this. This is like a wide open hand kind of deal where you can have them spread out. He comes with a set of hands that are more relaxed. There you go, looking like this. More relaxed hands for just normal positioning, normal handstands. He also comes with the doors that you can apply to his back. Very nice paint apps on that. You got the clear plastic for the windows. Flip it around, you got the nice black for the doors and even the detailing in the back of the doors there, and then you got the pin for where you can actually apply it, which is pretty cool. Has a good set of these. And then he has the folded down doors. The same concept applies here as with the bigger doors. It has the black interior with the little detailing, and then you have the clear windows, and then you have the nice paint apps on the outside. He also comes with an additional head. I know in some Bumblebee figures, it comes with one head, and the head you can just kind of move it around, and then you can flip down the face shield. Well, in this one, you have an entirely different head. So he comes with a separate head. This is the battle head, baby. This is the one that I love so much, where he puts on the face shield, the battle mask, and then he goes into battle. Beautifully sculpted, I gotta say. I mean, very, very nice. Of course, you got those little antler things coming out, which is exactly how we saw him. And then, of course, on the back, you got some nice detailing there. There is LED, love it, on both heads and on the main weapon. That's right, he comes with the blaster. He comes with the cannon, the blaster, the arm blaster that he utilized in the film all the time to, well, blast. Beautiful detailing and paint apps. You can see the fingers wrapping around the actual barrel of the blaster. And this is also LED powered, as well as the two heads. That's really all that he comes with the exception of the giant display stand, which is the same that you get with the World of 3A Bumblebee, except you don't get the beautiful logo that says 3A Bumblebee, right? Or the Transformers Bumblebee movie title. They decided to leave it black. If you have any like decals or stickers, you can decorate it yourself, and you can put the Bumblebee title and sticker if you can find a sticker for it. So real quick, we're gonna go over some articulation, which is the main thing that this guy is really known for, which is holding really great poses. So real quick, here we go. We got the shoulder. The shoulder piece here does move a little bit to give you some leeway. The arm comes out like so. So the arm has a pretty high articulated reach there. And then the arm does come all the way around like this. Be very, very careful though. I mean, I know this is a very firm figure. It's very tight and firm, and you have to kind of use some force. Be very careful. You don't want to break them. Of course, these pieces can be delicate. The arm does have a bend at the elbow. Looks like about 90 degrees, kind of like that. And it does not go any far back. The wrists does rotate. Either hand that you put, neither of these fingers that you have in either of these hands are actually articulated individually, but once you have them in there, the ball joint on the wrist is articulated, so you can articulate the hands that way. Of course, his head can go all the way around if you so choose. It's on the ball joint, so it's subject for removal. It's not recommended to do all the way around, but you can, and it does go up about this high and down about this low. And we're gonna get some leg action, baby. So the legs come, this piece here, this little leg guard here, it does move to give you some more like flexibility. There we go. So it does come all the way out if you have to really just like bring the leg out, but that's about as far as it goes with the leg. And then the leg does come all the way up. Boom, high kick there. And then the leg does beautiful knee bend. Oh my god, that's some nice engineering for that knee bend. And then the leg does come back down, and the leg does have like a little bit of a rotation here. Nice little rotation on here. Very stiff ball joint, so things not coming apart. And then the feet does have a nice pivot back and forth and up and down. It looks like it's got some up and down action here, and then the toes have articulation on there. Literally almost the same thing as the 3A. He does have a beautiful crunch. Check this out. I love this from the back. Just a nice crunch. Look at that. Nice crunch. And then he comes back up, and then you can rotate it on his upper torso section. It actually rotates all the way around. You can actually do all the way around. That's probably a massive ball joint, if I had to guess. And then on the back, the lower waist area does have some crunch there as well. In addition to the top, you got some at the bottom, and that you can kind of twist a little bit. Not too much on the base of it, but you got some down there just to give you some more room. So there are various pieces in his design that will clear way for better articulation, which is very on brand for what 3A does, and this is a direct model of that. The most challenging thing about using this guy, I don't know if it's the same for the 3A Bumblebee, probably not, I would severely doubt if it's the same, is applying the doors to the back of the figure. basically you got two little pins, these little two holes right here, and then you got the little pin. And all you gotta do is just push it in there. But like the size of it or the angle of it, I don't know what it is, but something is really difficult for it to go all the way through. It will peg in just with quite a bit of force and resilience, and it will definitely go through. So here's a demonstration. You got one of the doors here. I guess, yeah, this one goes on this side, and then you just have to apply force to get it in there. And I probably can't do it with my arm extended out. Let me see if I, yeah, see? And it does. It does go in. See how it goes in? Perfectly fine. And you got some nice articulation on the doors, but the pin doesn't go all the way in. I learned to just not fight it. I'm not gonna try to force it to go all the way in. If it won't, then it won't. But with the doors on, there he is. Look at the Bumblebee. Look at the cute Bumblebee. And then you can choose to remove these guys. Remove them, see how easy they came out, but how hard it was to put in. We got the smaller little doors, which I personally prefer on him. It's more like movie accurate. We've seen that a few times in the movie. I'm gonna be fighting with this. I'm gonna leave this part in too, because I want you guys to see that, and these smaller windows really hurt. Like they will not go in. Like, I usually have to take like a napkin, I'm not kidding, or like a paper towel, because it'll like pierce into your skin. And I gotta push it, and it, yeah. This is the only thing about this figure. If this was like, you know, if I had like a solution for this, I legitimately would not even like have it. Oh, there he goes. Okay, it went in that time. See, it's the angle. I think it's the angle. I don't think it's like the pins themselves. I think it's the angle. They're kind of like bent inwardly, and I'm trying to put them in like flat, so it's like causing a little bit of like interference, but now I think I got it. Yep, I got it. Woo! I personally prefer him with these back doors folded in like that, and that's how I normally display the figure. What I'll also do is I'll exchange one of the hands out. You just pull them off like so. So I'll give him like an open hand since he already has a fist, and then I'll just kind of push it in. It's a ball joint, so it works just like all ball joints. You just kind of have to apply some force and push it in, and that's it. That's all you do. Now he's got his hand. Now he's able to say, hello. Hello, my name is Bumblebee. Oh, wait, no, I can't talk. So I have a radio. So hear my radio. To remove the arm, it's basically on this line joint. You just twist it, apply some force, try to pull it down. We'll pull it down, pull it down, pull it down, twist, twist, boom, just like that. And to apply the blaster, of course, all you're gonna do is the same thing, just reverse, just like that. He's got his blaster that he used in the film. And before I remove this head, I'm gonna show you the LEDs. The LEDs in both heads are applied by basically taking this top piece off. It basically comes off and it reveals the little battery compartment here. This is a little close-up of the battery compartment. It does take two LR44 batteries. You put them in, and then you just put the little button thing in there, and then you put the top of the head back, and then there's a little Autobot logo on his head. You press it, and that activates the LED functions, which I absolutely love for this figure. That's the LED. The LEDs brings so much life to the figure. He looks so precious. I love the LEDs. He looks absolutely fantastic. Man, I love LEDs. So to switch out the head, all you do, you really just pull it off. It's on a ball joint, so just gently pull it off. And then there's like the Bumblebee head. And then you can replace it with the battle mask, which I'm personally gonna have displayed. The battle mask operates the same as the original head. There is a piece, the battle mask portion just comes off, and then there's a battery compartment. So basically, if you want both of the heads with batteries, it needs two LR44 batteries per head. So I have batteries in this one, and that's where you can see the LEDs function coming on that one as well. LED works here and it works there, but you need batteries in both of them. So, and you got the LEDs in the cannon, which is activated on this top button here. You press it once, you got the orange light. You press it a second time, you have the blue light. So you actually, and of course the third time you can turn it off. So this has 2 lighting, this only has 1. I would have wanted them to do like the red eyes for the second press, and then the third press you turn it off, like blue, red, and then off. Kind of like this is, you know, orange, blue, and then off. But I like the fact that you have LEDs, period. This is really, really nice. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love him with the battle mask. I love him with the blaster. Oh my gosh. That is what I am talking about. Oh God. Now I will say I had a challenge trying to figure out what batteries go on the blaster, because the blaster does not take LR44s. Those are too big. I had the same challenge trying to figure this out as I was trying to figure out the APC-02 Dark Master Megatron, and turns out they have the same batteries, and that is the SMC-392. I got this little guy, it's called Nuon, and it's a pack of 4. Paid about 30 bucks for 2 packs of 4. So that's pretty much all I need to do in order to apply the batteries, which I'm going to show this because no other review has this, and I have to show you guys. In order to apply the batteries to the blaster, this little base piece comes off. All you do is just gently pull it off. And basically that's the battery compartment inside of the figure. You got the 2, actually this takes, it takes 2 SMC 392 batteries. You apply them in there, and there you go. And then this is like the front cover for the battery compartment, and that's how it looks. So all you do is you basically just put it back, and it'll just snap right into place, like so. So it's at the very bottom, and then of course at the top is where you can activate the LEDs by pressing it, and then boom. There you go. This is Bumblebee from the Bumblebee movie. Absolute fantastic. I love it so very much. In order to utilize the display base, which I will most definitely be doing, on his backside there is a little piece here. It basically just comes right off. You just kind of pull it off a little bit like that, and it reveals a little gaping hole, and then that is where he taps into the top of this. So all you do is you just align it, and then you just apply force and push it in, and that's it. He literally does, he stands very well, and I can adjust the arm here to my desire. Like I can have him leaning a little bit forward, and you can just rock your poses. I mean, once you got him in here, you can kind of like have him in a jumping position where he's like in the middle of a jump, kind of like this, you know what I mean, like in like a jumping pose, and he will stand. The base is very firm, as you can see. He will not come out. He's not coming out the base. The base is pretty firm. It's gonna hold him, and you can actually lean him forward, and the base will stay floored. And then of course you can extend the arm upwards to give him a more vertical leap, and this, that, and the other. So you can, it's very nice for display. This top piece on the display base actually comes out. You just kind of push it out sideways like this to reveal the hole, and then you can adjust where you want it. Like if you want him to be kind of his back kind of back towards the air, you can do that, or you can adjust it downwards so that he'll be kind of low. I don't recommend doing it downwards because that means he'll be like leaning from it, and then he might be falling off. So I would recommend either do it like level, like horizontal, or do it a little bit higher up, depending on how you want. But either way, he will be able to be positioned fairly well. And lastly, just a couple of size comparisons so you can get an idea of how big he is. I'm going to put him next to a Voyager class figure that I'm sure most of us are familiar with, and this is the normal Siege Voyager Optimus. There you go. This is kind of where he scales with the normal Voyager class. Not that much bigger. And this is the power of the Prime's Optimus. Just to give you an idea of like how his size. I know like on camera you can't really gauge the size very well. Well, this is the power of the Prime's Optimus Prime if you have him. And most people have at least a Voyager Optimus somewhere. Hopefully, I sure hope you have a Voyager Optimus somewhere. So you have an idea of how big he is and what he looks like in person. If I had to get World of 3A Replica, which is the 5U model Bumblebee, a rating on a scale from 1 to 10, he gets a perfect score. Bumblebee gets a 10. Detail is a 10. Accuracy is a 10. Paint is a 10. Articulation is not really a 10, but I'm not even gonna care because it's a third party. Accessories a 10. LEDs is a 10. I love this guy so much. He gets a perfect score from Alfonso Nation. Well, anyways, guys, that's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I got more content on the way. Once again, big shout out to Shozy Store for this product. Please check out the link below if you want to get them yourself. I will have that in the description box so you can get them on the Shozy Store site before he gets sold out. Thank you guys for watching. This is your Teletraan reviewer, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Till all are one.